From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
This song is for anyone fishing a tournament, is going to fish a tournament, or has fished a tournament, or grinding it out on a tournament circuit. I know the struggle and I respect the hustle.
No, I'm not a pro with some discount codes, but this fishing's in my blood, ingrained in my bones, and the passion burns deep. Hot embers in my soul that my daddy put there when I wasn't very old. Had a little flame, just needed to be stoked. Then the wind hit it, now I'm out of control, like a forest fire raging, burning down an old growth. Yeah, let's go. Buzzbait on, single tied up, crankbait ride, trying to catch a bunch, put a tungsten on. Know these mats when I punch out here on this water, I ain't worried about much. Jig rod in my hand, 7 others on deck. Win this thing, need to cash me a check. Life that you live when you fish a tournament. Tracks on fire, you could call me lit. Lighter in my hand, looking like an arsonist. So cold with the flow, so you know that it's sick. Got a couple in the boat, so I'm feeling marvelous, but I need 3 more before I call it quits. Chuck some Gatorade, cause I really need a sip. And my thirst for these fish, it could never be quenched. Got jigs with the blades, you could call them battle baits. Gets me blowing up the spot just like a grenade. Mine's cooking up rhymes every single day. Heat them up quick, come in microwave. And I don't even really care what the hater wanna say. You could cross that line, just cut the yellow tape. And fishing's like a puzzle with a lot of different pieces. Every time I catch a big one, man, I'm screaming, thank you Jesus for my life. Kids and my wife get to see the sunrise. Another cast, another bite. I'ma ride, I'm just looking for them calmly. Who am I kidding? I've been new bait shopping. Powerhouse fishing, so you know there ain't no stopping. Picking up these baits, but you know they gon' be dropping. Walking and plopping, dragging and hopping. If that doesn't work, you can find me drop shotting on that pan optics. Doing what I does, so I'm big bass style. No, I'm not a pro with some discount codes, but this fishing's in my blood, ingrained in my bones, and the passion burns deep. Hot embers in my soul that my daddy put there when I wasn't very old. Had a little flame, just needed to be stoked. Then the wind hit it, now I'm out of control. Like a forest fire raging, burning down in old growth. Yeah, let's go. Buzz bait on, super tied up, crankbait ride. Trying to catch a punch with a tungsten on these mats when I punch out here on the spot. I ain't worried about much. Jig ride in my hand, 7 others on deck. Win this thing, need to cash me a check. Life that you live when you fish a tournament. Tracks on fire, you could call me Lid.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Wheels America Racing Network. On the broadcast tonight, you see I'm on track. We're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm AJ Capola. Reese Kelva, how are you doing, pal?
How you doing? What's up, baby?
Not much. Still moving along and chugging along, but gonna be a fun, eventful race tonight, pal. How excited are you?
I'm really excited. This is Indy, baby. The oval, the tire slayer, right? I'm excited about tonight. We're going to do this for 200 miles tonight.
Yeah, speaking of 200 miles, it is the Steel City Racing 200. And that's kind of what I want to bring up right now. You got team owner Matt Opplinger, Josh Larson, Kevin Bullock, and Brandon Shelton. You know, appreciate them for footing the bill for the race tonight. There's the 82 looking for Kevin Bullock. There's Josh Larson.
Yep, they're buying groceries this week.
Yeah, they are. But I'm really excited to get here at the Yard of Bricks. This place is synonymous with racing, mostly with IndyCar, but since NASCAR has come here, it is one of the pinnacle events. And the Wheels America is following suit with it.
And not to get too far into Indy, let's recap last week. Last week was a lot of fun, AJ.
Yeah, we were up in New England, Loudon, New Hampshire. That was a lot of fun. The units, 150. But let's talk about it. I know you got the details in front of you. Run through it.
Yeah. So we had the number 26, Dunkelberger. I don't know if we can find him on the track. He may be out there, might not. He brought it home last week in a commanding win last week. That was so much fun to watch. I think he qualified second.
Yes, he did.
So great all-around race for him last week. Bunch of excitement last week. Holy moly, that was a lot of fun. Tonight, you know, tonight is tire-saving night, right? Last week we were beating and banging. Tonight you want to stay off each other and you want to save them tires.
Yeah.
Ooh, we saw him get a little loose right back there.
Yeah, and look at this battle. This is just practice, but everybody's looking for runs, looking for what they're really going to need to do to get around cars. You see that really strong bump draft catching right up to Joseph David. But let's talk about points. You bring up New Hampshire. We talked about New Hampshire. Let's talk about these driver points. The right hand of everybody's screen. Brandon 6, 3 wins. Matthew Fleming, 2, Bowie, Phipps, Dixon, and Dunkelberger are all with 1. But you have Nick Silver at a plus 106. He's got to be feeling really good now that we're just about getting towards the playoffs. But
yes.
You see some of the drivers like Josh Wright, Michael Lampier, Nick Biddy. They really need to step up, being 22, 28, and 37 respectively down. What kind of movement can you see from some of the drivers underneath, along with the drivers above the cut line?
I see Larson sneaking in, Meek sneaking in, Lampier sneaking in, Silver. I think Silver's going to get a win. I really do. Before we get to playoffs, I think Silver's going to get one.
But then who do you knock out?
I don't know. Barroso, something to talk about. Barroso's not going to be here tonight. Sitting in the 12 car right now is Joseph Mill from the Truck Series. He's heading the 12 car tonight for Powerhouse Motorsports. So we're going to see Barroso lose a bunch of points tonight.
Yeah, we are. And that is strictly just for team points, that there's a driver sitting in that number 12. But, well, qualifying has started. Reese, we always talk about how hard it is to qualify. This place is very difficult because there's strictly the 4 corners, and you can mess up easily on either one.
Easily, very easily. Send it, right? Full send right now, but golly, you hit that wall, your qualifying's done. So, and I don't know, at this track, I feel like I want to be towards the front. I don't think I want to be patient and hang in the back, but I say that, and then again, we see fuel may only last 15 to 20 laps. We see they only have 4 sets of tires, and those are only good for about 20-ish laps. Stage 1's coming up at lap 20. Stage 2's coming up at lap 45. And then we end on lap 80.
Yeah, it's not a very long race, and these stages aren't very long. There's a max set of points of 72 a driver can get through each and every race. And while 20 laps sounds like a lot around the beautiful Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it really isn't, and will very much come up fast. Yeah,
very much so. One thing to note here in qualifying is penalties. The 66 of Brandon Six is going to be starting in the back tonight. Along with him are 2 others, the number 35 of Matt Smith and the number 13 of Mike Lampier. So 3 guys that are going to be starting in the back and hoping to battle their way forward.
Well, let's talk about fuel strategy before we get into the festivities trackside. Are they going to have to pit in stage 1, stage 2, and obviously the end?
So stage 1, it depends. I think if you're full bore all the way through stage 1, I really think you're going to come up a lap short.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to think they may come up a lap shy. Stage 2, definitely pitting. Not stage 3, but the last and final stage, definitely pitting.
All right,
Number
Reese.
1, you're going to need tires. Number 2, you're going to need fuel.
All right, Reese. Well, I'm going to step behind the camera, and we're going to go trackside for the beautiful rendition of our American National Anthem. Take it away, Trace Atkins.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Atkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we're back in Indianapolis for the Steel City Racing 200. I'm Reese Kelva. Alongside with me is Steve Tucker here in the booth. Steve, what do you think about tonight, brother?
Hello. I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, Indianapolis, one of my favorite tracks, the Brickyard. Obviously, it's historical for many different reasons, all kinds of racing formats and just all kinds of stuff, right? But big race. I mean, we're 3 races to go in the playoffs, or before the playoffs, including this race right here. So it's going to be kind of a barn burner, you know? I mean, we get a full field again today. A lot of great guys here. So one thing we could keep in mind, stages, lap 20, lap 45. So fuel's going to play a part in that. Fuel can go, I mean, I don't know, 15, 20 laps at best, maybe even 17, I'm hearing. So that's going to be a struggle for these guys. I think fuel strat's going to be huge, and tires are going to be just hard. I mean, right now we're looking at Ryan Dunkelberger, last week's winner here in New Hampshire, putting up a 53 almost flat. Right now, P3.
Yeah, he's scooting. And, you know, Steve, we were just talking about a little while ago, right? Brandon Six, Matt Smith, Michael and Fear all starting from the rear today. Brandon Six, a big one out of those 3 who we're probably going to see pushing to the front. But one question I have for you, Steve, how hard can he push given that fuel is only going to last 15 to 20 laps? Can he push every single lap to the end of stage 1?
I don't think he can, to be honest. I mean, again, like fuel's going to be a big topic in at least these first few stages. I mean, obviously we know Brandon Six is fast, right? But honestly, in his position, he's got plenty of playoff points. He's got 27 playoff points. So he's got the 3 wins, right? So he's very easily locked into the playoffs, and he's kind of set in that regard. So I think today, you know, I think it's a good race for him to kind of feel the field out, right? Kind of get through the field kind of clean maybe, and just kind of like slow and patient, just kind of feel these guys out, right? Not cause too many problems, and just see what he has, right? And just kind of like learn driving styles of different guys who he doesn't normally drive around, right? So I think things like that are going to be interesting for him.
Yeah. Well, so right now we got Bowie up on top. Then it's Silver. Then it's Dunkelberger. And Joseph Meal, a guy sitting in for the 12th car. Me and AJ talked about him earlier. This is a sit-in from the Truck Series. Steve, that's got to make you feel good that some Truck Series drivers are coming in here and shaking things up a little bit.
Tell you what, I mean, a couple of these guys, Joseph Mealy, Nick Silver, excuse me, not Nick Silver, Nick Leitz, my bad. These guys are just fantastic truck guys, obviously really dominant so far in that series, and they're making their presence known here in the Cup Series. And I'll tell you what, these guys are going to win pretty soon, if not tonight.
All right. Well, wrapping up qualifying here in just a little bit. We've got about 2 minutes left. Brian Dixon out on the track, trying to get him a fast lap. I don't know too much about Dixon, but one thing I do know, Steve, he's finally got numbers on the side of that car, baby.
I'll tell you what, that was a battle trying to work with him on that. But you know what? It's kind of been this running joke that he's had no number. But today's got a nice white car today with the 03 on the side. But keep in mind, Brian Dixon was our Atlanta winner after all that I guess mess you could call it at that now super speedway. So pretty cool. And he was looking fast today in practice. He was fourth fastest. I'm curious to see what he does right here.
Fourth fastest. Wow. Uh-oh. We're
Brian
hearing
Dixon
both.
goes actually, yeah, invalid on both of those laps right there.
I didn't
Must
see him
either
touch a
went
wall.
off the track or, yeah, that's tough.
Okay, so Steve, we're hearing out of turn 4. May have touched the wall.
I'll tell you what, Brian Dixon, though, I mean, again, I was watching him in practice, Reese, and he's a guy that kind of quiet, you know, he kind of has that, like, you know, where did he come from kind of feel in these races, right? But,
Yeah.
I mean, right now, P3, I mean, in practice, this guy's fast. So he didn't qualify too hot right there, but I guarantee you we're going to see him at the end of this thing.
And his song kind of busting things up, coming in qualifying in the 4th position. All right, Steve. So now they're about to grid. Let's throw it over to you, Steve, and you can tell everybody where they placed.
Here we go. So yeah, pole winner is Brandon Bowie. P2, Nick Silver. Nick Lights, P3. Robert Hassan, good run for him, P4. Ryan Dunkelberger, last week's winner, P5. Joseph Mealy filling in on the 12th car, P6. Mitch Diamond, Season 2 champion, P7. John Wright, P8. Jeff Tetro, P9. Ryan Pasoko, P10. Andrew Phipps, Phoenix winner, P11. Matt Opplinger, Steel City a team owner, sponsoring today's race. Luke Doberman, P13. Josh Larson, 14th. Mike Corville, 15th. Matthew Fleming, 16th. Two-time winner so far, Daytona and Charlotte. Nick Beatty, P17. Thomas Meeks, 18. Brandon Shelton, 19. Michael Bennett, 20th. Anthony Williams, 21st. Charles Bounce, 22nd. Joseph DeVete, 23rd. Brandon 6. 24th. Michael Lanfear, 25. Matt Smith, 26. And then we have Brian Dixon, 27. Bullock, 28. And then a couple of guys on the bottom. Myself, I don't know why I'm listed there, but I qualified 29th apparently.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Ryan Libby, 30th, and Chris Buds, 31st.
All right. So there's our starting grid for the Steel City Racing 200. I'm Reese Kelva. This is Steve Tucker. We'll be right back, y'all, as we drop the green flag.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. It's myself, Reese Kelva, alongside with me, Mr. Steve Tucker.
Hello, hello.
Tucker, you want to talk about a little bit about Steel City Racing? They're our sponsors tonight. They're the ones putting all the groceries in the fridge tonight, baby.
Yeah, these guys are great, man. It's a team led by Matt Opplinger. Really cool guy, 62 car. And then the team consists of Josh Larson, Kevin Bullock, and Brandon Shelton. These guys have been friends now for a while and have been putting on a pretty good show. None of these guys have wins, unfortunately, yet. But I'll tell you what, Matt Opplinger has been on a hot streak lately in Charlotte and New Hampshire, looking super good. So I'm looking for these guys to break through real soon.
All right. So, coming around to turn 4, I'm picking 4 cautions, Steve.
Oof, that's generous. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go like 7, maybe 8.
All right. 7, maybe 8. Now we're about to drop the green flag here at the Brickyard. Come on, baby. Let's strap them tight. Everybody get ready. We got 200 miles to go, 80 laps here at the Brickyard. And here we go. We're off. Down the front stretch. Everybody keeping it nice and tidy.
Pretty even restart there. Looking pretty good here.
Didn't see anybody jump a line. Love these camera angles. Oh, we are cooking already. Leads to the inside. Wow.
I'll tell you
Lee's
what.
gonna make a
Lights
move.
Right there. He is not wasting any
Lights.
time.
Dang it, lights. Why do I do that to myself? Light's doing good. Dixon back there in the back. He needs to get grouped up. You got to catch the draft coming down that backstretch. Look at the top 4 coming around.
You bring up a great point, Reese. The draft is going to play a huge role into this race. These long straights are very, very long, and the draft does matter. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely matters here. Holy cow. Okay, we see Mill breaking away from the pack. He's going to lone duck it. Coming down the front stretch. That was turn 1, or that was lap 1 on the lap 2. I like it. Everybody's saying stacked. We're already seeing single file. Are we going to see single file all night tonight, Steve?
I'll tell you what, this track is pretty tough because it's not really, it's kind of a single groove racetrack. You're not going to see double file, in these corners a whole lot. But you will see these guys pulling out on the exit of the corners to try and pass on the long straight. So it's tough, but the draft is going to play a huge role into this.
And a good battle right here going on. A little back in the pack. I like it. We got 2 teammates down low. Now down low, right, Steve? You don't want to be down low for too long. Is that right?
You don't want to go too low. I mean, you definitely want to go, low enough to make the corner and take a nice sharp apex. But a lot of guys are pretty slow right here on the front stretch. Not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm getting word. It might.
Big wreck right here.
Big shove. All right, so let's go back and see what happened with this song right here. Just gets loose. Oh, well, Dora. Oh, how you doing right there, Steve? Okay, so we are under caution because of this right here, diving into turn 1. Oh.
A lot of action was going on. Yeah, I mean, turn 3, it looks like his song kind of getting into the side of his teammate, Mitch Diamond.
Oh, there it is. Holy moly. Right in front of Matthew Fleming. I can't tell who that is. Ooh, Steve, I'm getting...
Yeah,
that's his song.
His song was getting real loose there, got into the side of Mitch, and then comes down into...
Okay, so middle of 1 and 2, man, he just gets loose, I think.
Yeah, that's such a tough call, man. A lot of damage on a couple of these cars. We'll take a look at it.
Oh man, okay, so that car just hurt, right? Right side of it hurt, and then so I'm gonna guess, Steve, when he comes onto the backstretch, the car just, it shows just how hurt it is.
It's tough to say. I mean, he's getting loose. Had to see it again. Yeah, it just gets loose right there. Matt Fleming does a great job of getting out of the way of it.
Great job, oh, and he's to hold his brakes. Oh, lordy.
That's tough. Yeah.
One thing in iRacing, hold your brakes, y'all. All right, so as y'all see, we are pacing here at the Steel City Racing 200. I'm Reese Calva. This is Steve Tucker. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back at the Steel City Racing 200. Man, what an exciting race so far. We're 5 laps in. I said 4 cautions. That's 1 down. We got 3 more to go, baby. All right, so that caution, again, that was with the number 29, his song, just getting loose. That car was already damaged from the little bump he got right before it. Tucker, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, that was tough, man, because, I mean, his song, he kind of got loose there. He got into his teammate, Mitch Diamond, in 4, and then, he basically got, on the outside there, got into Dunkelberger 26 car, and then went down the front straight just fine, but then in turn 1 just kind of got loose, hooked it, and caused that yellow. So tough break for his song right there. Definitely should have held his brakes, but overall nobody else got involved, and we're going to keep this thing going.
Well, I tell you what, I'm watching them come down the front stretch right here, and look at that catbird in the 12 car. From Truck Series to filling in for Frankie Barroso. Well, he's got to be happy where he's sitting.
Tell you what, catbird seat for sure. P2, obviously these guys, knowing how tight fuel was this first stage, all these guys came down pit road, took tires. Well, maybe not tires, but definitely fuel, right? But right now we're seeing Nick Lights in P1 choosing the inside row, and then obviously Joseph Mealy in P2 in that 12 car looking stout right now. Rounding out the top 5 right now, we have Brandon Bowie, Nick Silver, and Mitch Diamond, again, who was just involved a little bit in that last wreck, and we'll see what happens. This race is only 80 laps. I mean, it doesn't sound like a long time, but this track is long, 2.5 miles, and takes a long time.
You know what I kind of thought we would see? We're 6 laps in. I kind of thought I'd see everybody top off with fuel real quick.
I think
it helps you make stage 1.
Oh, for sure.
So 17 on back is what we're hearing, Steve, going into pits.
Wow.
Pretty sure that was a fuel play.
So that's interesting. I mean, these guys up front, well, here's the thing, right? The caution, I think these guys know that with the caution, right, you're saving fuel, because you're going slower, obviously, around this track 2 or 3 times. So with that, if you're really tight, you're going to probably make it. At this point, if you're a leader, these guys in the back, I think they're able to, try and really push now, because now they definitely have enough gas, and they can push even harder. Right now we're in 3 and 4, almost coming to green here. These guys are going to tighten up, and we're going to go back green flag racing here.
So the pace car comes off. We're going to do it one more time here at Indy. Here we go, baby. Strap them down tight. We're going to start in second gear. Let them loose. Nick Lights. Whoops. I love that camera angle right there. Nice dive down into 1 and 2. Everybody doing a great job here, Steve.
I'll tell you what, these restarts looking pretty clean overall.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Nice camera angles right here on this first lap.
Going through the field, let's take a look at Brandon 6. Keep in mind, he started in the very back. He's got 3 wins right now. He's taking it easy. Right now he's 26th, so he's not really making a huge effort to go through this field pretty quick. He's just kind of saying, you know what, I'm going to avoid all this headache and trouble at the front. I'll let these guys wreck or do whatever they want. And
does he have a new paint scheme? Is that a new paint scheme?
He does.
Trying to see what that is, but he's going 200 miles an hour.
I believe it's the Mamba Foundation, so it's Kobe Bryant's foundation. Unfortunately lost Kobe a couple years back in a helicopter wreck, but he's out here supporting him, and that paint scheme right there is in support of that. And Brandon Bowie, I believe, also has a commemorative paint scheme for that foundation as well.
Very cool. That's really neat. Love to see that. So we're on lap 8 here at Indy, and up front, nothing really changing. Everybody kind of getting a little distance in between themselves. Not
pretty
too
clean
much.
so far.
Yeah. Nobody really getting too racy. It looks like it's way back there, like 15th and beyond,
Oh,
where
yeah.
guys are really stacked up.
Tell you what, Nick Lights coming down the front stretch here. Joseph has a pretty good amount of draft right here. He's going to get to his back bumper. Not going to quite get to him, but
Most.
definitely close. Gets a better exit.
Man,
He's
look
gonna get
at
around here maybe
me.
out of turn 2.
Look at him. He said, "Hey, you Craftsman Truck Series driver, I can hang with you, baby." And those of y'all who don't know, you can catch Nick Lights every Friday night in the Craftsman Truck Series. Are they still Camping World?
I think for now.
Okay, Camping World Truck Series. Craftsman, I'm being told, starts January 1st.
All right, we get Luke Doberman back here, kind of making a move. Matt Fleming. Looking
Oh,
pretty good.
really?
Just kind of just passed me for P3. Not P3, excuse me, in turn 3.
Doberman, looking for him. So, fastest lap so far, Joseph Mealy in that 12 car up front. Putting it on Lights. I think Lights is trying to save. So, here's my scare, right? Being a part of BHM. Bubba, I'm so glad and so grateful you got one of our cars up front. But dadgummit, be watching that fuel gauge.
Exactly, yep.
Don't get too hot up there. Oh, that Steve, I'm seeing packs of cars.
I'm starting to see that too, actually. Yeah, a lot of guys, again, this draft is pretty strong. But in the back of the pack, we're seeing, I mean, like little groups of cars that are just bundled together. Overall, looking pretty impressive, but
All right, a battle towards the rear. Balance and Dixon.
back up front, though. Uh-oh. Nick Lights making a move in turn 1.
He said, "Hey, not so fast, cat. Coming through. Gonna stay to the bottom."
Look at how
So if you
down
were
low
gonna
Brandon
run the
Bowie
bottom,
is.
if you were gonna run the bottom, how many laps in a row would you do it before you got back up? I mean, you can't just
Well-
do it 5 laps in a row, can you?
Well, I mean, the bottom is fine, you know, to run the majority of the race, because again, like it's the high line doesn't really ever come in. It can come in, but typically here it's not gonna do a whole lot. Really, I mean, the strategy here is to get a good run in on corner entry, and then try and pass them on corner exit down the long straights.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, coming up on lap 12. It's Joseph Mealy in first, Nick Lights in second, Brandon Bowie in third, Nick Silver in fourth, Mitch Diamond in fifth, Mr. Wright in sixth, Old Dunkelberger in seventh, Tetro in eighth, Pasoko ninth, and Opplinger is going to round out our top 10.
I'll tell you what, I'm kind of getting deja vu. I mean, we're used to seeing Joseph Mealy and Nick Lights, excuse me, in the truck series fighting 1 and 2, and now here in the Cup series we got them running 1 and 2 as well. So definitely carries over from all series. Nick Lights getting real close here to the back bumper of Brandon Bowie.
Hey, look who's coming.
Uh-oh.
Look who's all over the hills in that Bear Nuts car.
Let's take a look.
He is kind of the Mamba right now here in this league. Speaking of
Little bit.
Mambas. And he's coming, baby. Brandon 6, diving into 1 behind Matthew Fleming.
I'll tell you what,
Up
Matt Fleming is up
7
7
spots.
spots. Unbelievable. Here's the thing, Matt Fleming, he knows how to win, and he knows how to win big races. Daytona winner, also our Charlotte winner. Obviously 2 of our, I guess, triple crowns, you know, if you will, or crown jewel events. Indianapolis is right there with it, so
Yeah. Correct
see.
me if I'm wrong. These 2 right here are our most winning drivers, right? Matthew Fleming and Brandon 6.
yes, sir, they are.
And Matthew Fleming not wanting any of this rectangle.
That's right. Keep in mind, too, Matthew Smith in that 35 Douglas distributing car also started in the back for an infraction last week in New Hampshire. And right now, currently sitting really good, actually.
Boys, we got a new leader up front. Brandon Bowie has found his way past Mill. He's getting it done on the backstretch. I just saw Mill get a little loose. All right, let's go look at this pass real quick, Steve.
Take a look.
Bowie putting the pressure on Mill.
Kind of gets a really good run right there, going into
Yeah,
one.
a great run. It's that draft, right? Picked up that draft, slingshot around.
That's picture perfect right there.
Love that. All right, we're back live. Brandon Bowie. Boy, he's gapping.
I'll tell you what, on the radio, I'm hearing a bunch of chatter about the 13 car and a couple guys back here. Nick Biddy. A couple of these guys aren't happy. Michael Lanphier. I don't know.
A little chatter back here, huh?
Right now, you know, for about 20th place, give or take, these guys are, you know, this might be some of the hardest racing on the track right now. I mean, they know it's only 5 laps to go until the stage ends, and these guys are trying to do everything they can to get to that 10th place to get that playoff point.
And there you saw his song coming back out onto the track after fixing his repairs.
Well, look, he's got in the wall a little bit there in turn 3. Seems fine though. His not real damage. These cars are pretty forgiving nowadays with these new bodies.
Yeah, I was surprised to see his song take that much damage from that bump into the wall. I just didn't think it was going to hurt him like it did earlier. All right, lap 16 here. Man, these guys doing a great job tonight.
Hey, one person I want to keep in mind too is Jeff Tetro, right now currently sitting in P7, actually making a move right now on his teammate Jonathan Wright for that 6th position. This guy is incredibly fast, and in practice was even having faster lap times than Brandon 6. So I would look for Tetro to be on the move here, making good moves already on track.
Yeah, coming down the backstretch saying, "Hey, I don't need that draft. I'm gonna come right on around you, baby."
Dunkelberger now making that move around him too, so
yeah,
Jonathan Wright making a few falling back.
Not making the right calls at the moment. Now, is he saving? I mean, we're seeing the 12 drop back just a little bit. The 12's awfully loose. We're seeing, I got to see an in-car cam a little while ago. The 12 is awfully loose.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what,
for
too.
whatever reason.
Speaking of moving to the field, I mean, Brandon 6 right now, currently in 13th, just past Matt Opplinger for, I believe, 12th. So, you know, the man who was just trying to hold on earlier is now blazing through this field pretty quick and doing it pretty well, pretty clean.
Yeah, doing a great job. So I'm being told that is actually a driver who pit on the first caution, Steve.
That makes sense. I mean, the guy is fast enough to get through the field, and obviously getting that fuel would be, you know, enough to make him confident to actually push. So, not surprised.
Yeah. We're seeing good strategy, Steve, from a team who doesn't really do strategy type racing. Right? That we've seen so far this season, they kind of called some people's bluff. They called my bluff. I didn't think they're going to be that good at strategies coming in. And we've seen it before in other races. This team's not too shabby at the old strategy call.
Exactly. They are good for sure. Absolutely. Right now, Brandon Bowie's still in P1. We have about a lap and a half away from our stage 1 finish. Nick Light's currently in P2 and Nick Silver in P3.
Yeah, Bowie with a half-second lead on Lights. Getting it done up here. Does he have enough to get to the end? Did he pit? Ooh, got a close battle right here with Josh Larson. This is for the 10th position.
Take a look.
Scooting down the front stretch.
These guys are under a blanket right now. Also have Ryan Dunkelberger making the pass for P5 against Mitch. These guys are making the moves right now.
Yeah, we're going to start getting racy. We are 1 to go here for stage 1. Up front, looks like they got it all situated. It's all handled up there, so we're going to keep it right here. It's a good fight right here. This is all for, we're trying to get up to 9th and 10th. That yellow and purple car right there is the 10th position. The 66 of Brandon 6.
All these guys fighting for these huge playoff points. for stage points is so important for these guys who are battling to get into the top 16 for the playoffs. As Brandon Bowie crosses the line here comes our stage 1 winner.
The yellow flag
Man,
is
what
out.
a great job by Brandon Bowie. There's too many Brandons. Bringing it home for stage 1 here at the Steel City Racing 200. A great job to him. Wonderful effort. He kind of came from the back a little bit.
He did, man. I think, honestly, I think tires were definitely a major factor. I think he saved them. But I think there's like 3 or 4 guys right now in this top 5 that are looking that I think are favorites. I'll tell you what, though, we're going to interview our stage 1 winner, Brandon Bowie, after a couple commercials from our sponsors.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back with the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. I'm Reese Kelvin. This is Steve Tucker. Steve, let's go see if we can talk to our stage 1 winner. Oh, I'm sorry. Have they been in the pits yet? Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe we should wait till they come out of pits. So, sponsors for the race, Steve. Walk us through Steel City Racing. Let's talk a little bit about them, who their drivers are.
I'll tell you what, Matt Alpengart right now is still looking pretty good. Josh Larson obviously kind of in that 10th-ish place, looking pretty good. Kevin Bullock had some issues bouncing off the wall a little bit, but not too bad. And then obviously Brandon Shelton. I did see him hit the wall a little bit earlier. I believe we covered it. But honestly, overall looking still pretty good. 8 laps down right now, unfortunately, but is able to continue, I believe. So right now, Brandon Bowie, oh no, blows through his pit stall.
Ruh-roh.
As the leader, had to pull back a little bit, so he's going to be kind of delayed here on this exit. We'll see where he comes out. Silver and lights right now already flying out. Mealy, this is kind of this is bad news for Bowie. He's going to get out right in front, excuse me, of his teammate Brandon Six. So,
oof. So that kind of restacked everything. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get word on the old Bowie camp.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Bowie, it's Reese and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Man, a great stage 1 for you, my friend. Great battling out there. How'd you feel? And walk us through the fuel also. Where were you on fuel?
I think I had a gallon left at the line. About 1.1, 1.2. So it was gonna be close. Especially with me being the leader. And I'm not drafting off anybody, but I know a couple little tactics I can do to kind of save a little bit. I knew it was gonna be close, but just gotta do what I gotta do at that point.
Hey, doing a great job out there, buddy. Steve, looking good, man. I'll tell you what. I kind of saw you, blow through your pit stall a little bit. Just I don't know, maybe just saw something. I could be mistaken, but right now you're sitting. It looks like P5. Brandon Six is coming back in. That's definitely your teammate. Interesting there for sure. But maybe topping off on fuel. But tell us how your race is going. Tell us how you think it's going to go, and what do you have for these boys?
Yeah, I mean, the race is actually, up front. I don't really see all the stuff that's going on behind me. I can just hear it from my other teammates. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's going pretty good. Yeah, I slid through my pit stall and kind of gave up quite a bit of spots. But that's honestly, it's not really the worst thing in the world because I do need to save fuel in order to make
Right.
it to the end of the next stage. So,
Awesome.
but other than that, yeah, the race has been good. I'm a little bit further back, so I don't know how the car is going to handle. I know how it handles out front, but
Right.
a couple rows back now, so it'll be interesting. We'll have to see.
All
Nice.
right. So Brandon Bowie in the 34 with the Black Mama Foundation on his car with the rest of his teammates. Brandon, good luck tonight, buddy.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right. So that was Brandon Bowie doing a great job out there tonight. Steve, let's talk about the green numbers that we're seeing over here on the ticker. Want to walk us through
Yes,
those?
sir. Yeah, so the green numbers is kind of just our clever way of letting you guys, the viewers, know who's actually currently involved and who is already locked into the playoffs. So, our playoff color is lime green, essentially. You'll see that from the playoffs, all the lime green on the cars and whatnot. But they're the boys who are locked in and looking pretty good right now. Hopefully, I don't know, we're going to see maybe a new winner today. What are you thinking?
These fields flip flop so daggone much. I always think we're gonna see a new winner every time. Is this gonna be Lights' appearance? Is this the one for him? Can he fight everybody off? We're gonna find out how stage 2 is gonna go. The pace car is gonna erratically come off the track.
Whatever it is.
We're gonna buckle up tight and we're gonna send them here for stage 2
Green
at the
flag,
Steel
green
City
flag.
Racing 200. Again.
So far, these restarts have been really clean.
I was just about to say that. Another clean restart. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Up front! Boy, that front four getting a little bouncy up there.
That 12 car of Mealy kind of getting in the grass there. That was scary for a second, but collects himself back up.
Look, Lee says no, and then Silver says no.
Uh-oh.
And then Mill says, here I come, baby!
Look at that run.
Full yeet!
Uh-oh. We are 3 wide going into turn 2.
This is
Humberger
not
gets
going to be
into
good.
Silver.
Oh my gosh.
How did they get through that?
The run that the 12 got. What is happening? Wow, I just heard our producer say it, and he's right. Slingshot engaged, baby. Now, here's the bad thing, though, right? Now he's a lone duck. Nobody pushing him, nobody nothing. These three behind him, if they can leak up, they're going to come get him.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about him earlier, Jeff Tetra right now. Definitely catching up. And somebody we haven't actually talked about today so far is Ryan Pasoko. Currently right now,
doing a great job
sitting
in
in P8. Fantastic job. Right behind him, Matt Smith, again, EOL in P9. Bouncing back real strong.
Smith and Meeks rounding out our top 10. 2 PHM boys trying to make their way into the top 10. Meeks being Matt Smith being our biggest mover right now, plus 18 spots. I think him and Bowie are definitely moving up through this pack, Steve.
Ooh, Michael Bennett right now, wrecking in turn 4.
Oh no!
Sideways.
Can he get it going? Uh-oh, he's just leaving it there. I know that trick. I know what he's doing there. Let's get a replay on this. Ooh! Woo! Oh! Gotta hold those tires. Gotta hold the brakes. Oh, the 32 just all over his rear end. Man. Oh, he's not holding the brakes. Nothing. What do you think about that, Steve? What's your personal opinion on that?
I'll tell you what, that was tough. I mean, Bennett, I'd have to see it again, man. I mean, that was kind of a mess. But in that situation, right, I mean, it's a single car spin. Didn't bring out the yellow, oddly enough, but either way, we stay green.
Yep, still green here at Indy. Coming up on lap 27. Yeah, he bounced off a few cars there, Steve. Really surprised the caution didn't come out on that one.
Caution, yellow flag.
Uh-oh, caution's out.
There it is.
Huh. We are going to see what this caution is about.
All right, Joe DeVito over the radio saying sorry 13, so might have been Joe DeVito and Michael Lamphere here getting involved in a wreck. It looks like it is. Going into turn one.
Here we go. We're on the third. Whoa! Just sent it a little hot. Little hot. Lamphere not going to be happy about that one.
Oof.
Our newest father of the league.
That's right.
He's having a great month. That he is just going to add to the pile of poopy diapers that this man is experiencing.
Yeah, Joe DeVito in that 6 car just kind of, I mean, I don't want to use the term sends it, but he kind of sends it in turn one there. Missed his braking
not as
zone.
much brake.
Yeah, missed his braking zone and turned him around. Yeah, unfortunate for Joe DeVito, but for the rules, I'm sure race control is going to give him an EOL, and that's going to be another restart.
Yeah, hey, worked out for Mill. He's still up in the lead. And if you're Michael Bennett, this worked out in your favor too. You can now get that car back to pit lane and do a little beating and banging on it. So that's 2 cautions now here at the Steel City Racing 200. I'm Reese Calvin. This is Steve Tucker. We're going to go hear from our sponsors just real quick. We'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. We're under our second caution on lap 29. Mill getting a great pit. Lights getting a great pit. Larson moving up a few spots. Look at Larson into third, Steve.
Woo! I'll tell you what, I mentioned it earlier, man, but strategy is going to play a bigger role in this than I think we even anticipated, to be honest. I mean, right now, I mentioned it earlier, Joseph Mealy and Nick Lights, both truck guys, both leading in the points, and right now they're battling in the Cup Series on track. So really cool storylines going on right now. We'll see how it shakes out.
Love it, love it. Okay, so we're going to have 2 to go right here. Lights are on the pace car. Brandon 6 not coming into pit. We got a few. We got what? 3 cars not coming into pit. Bullock
3.
6. Larson not pitting here. What do you think about that?
Interesting call. We saw Brandon 6 top off on fuel at the end of, or at the caution at stage 2. So something's up his sleeve for sure. These yellows coming out are going to save his fuel. But I'll tell you what, these guys behind him, they might have taken tires. They're going to have guaranteed, full fuel. So these guys are going to push 12 car, 4 car. I'll tell you what, but tire sets only have 4 sets of tires for this place, and tire dig is real. So these guys have to use the tires wisely and not use them up too soon.
We've only used up what, 1 set so far?
You hope so. If you're in these, I mean, these guys might have used, 1 right here and 1 in that stage 1 end. Tough to say, but it's going to be tough.
Okay, so coming down the backstretch, let's see. Lamphere was involved in that. Where is he now? Where do we see the 13 and the 9? All right, they're right back here. Michael Bennett should be somewhere in this screenshot as well. Or he may still be in pits. Okay, we're hearing Michael Bennett out of the race, Steve. Hey, listen, I'm getting on the Michael Bennett train. I've been there for a few weeks now. This man is not going to be involved in a wreck at some point. I know what's going to happen.
Oh, I know. It's
Bennett
unfortunate.
very strong last season.
Absolutely. It's just his season so far has just been unfortunate with luck and just all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, we're going to see him have a good race at one point. It's just so far it's been just a calamity for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the season he's been wanting. All right, well, coming through 3, then we're going to go into 4. We're going to send them one more time here, Steve Tucker.
Here we go.
Thank y'all all for watching. Everybody watching out there in YouTube land, thank you so much. Y'all be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for us.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes, sir?
What?
Pace car is gonna dive off here on the front stretch.
There we go.
As we're gonna get locked and loaded one more time. I think this is our 3rd time tonight we're getting locked and loaded. And Bullock is gonna send us to the green flag. Here we go, baby. Will this be our second
restart
time?
Brandon 6 on the outside. Got a great restart. Kind of shocking. Kevin Bullock not looking too hot down here. Nick White's going to send it 3 wide.
6 already to the front. Can he keep it though? Remember, some of these guys, older tires than others. Bullock, we're hearing on the oldest set of tires, Steve. He's in 2nd. He's got lights right up his keister.
That's bad news. He's holding these guys up. Joseph Mealy's going to try and get him on the outside. He can get a run here in turn 4, but he's got to send it. He's got to
6.
Got to get back on the gas soon.
6 is level. Oh my gosh! Oh. Starting to sound like me there, Steve.
Okay. Uh-oh. Dunkelberger. Nick Lights blocks Dunkelberger.
Whoa! Is this last lap?
Woo! These guys are blocking like it's the Indy 500.
These guys are acting like there's a storm brewing.
Oh, man. These are next-gen cars, guys, not Indy cars.
What the heck is happening here? Holy Moses. Matt Smith even trying to get up into all that. I don't know if you want to be there right now, partner. I think you and Dunk should just wait. Wait this out. Let these boys figure it out. Well, lights is just all. Boy, you talk about an intimidation factor. Dive into a turn with somebody all over your rear end. Golly.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I don't think we covered, unfortunately, right now, Joshua Larson is currently out of the race. Had some
what?
Some car trouble or some connection issues. Not quite sure what's going on, but
oh, no.
Unfortunately, he is several laps down at this point.
Yuck! Larson, somebody we saw get all the way up into the top 5 through a strategy. Dadgummit, you hate to see that.
You do.
Light's kind of falling back here for a second.
A little bit, but I'll tell you what, Kevin Bullock is kind of holding these guys up. He's got the oldest tires. Nick Light's trying to pass him clean, obviously. Matt Smith right behind him.
Oh, I thought I was going to see somebody send it right through the middle.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We'll crossover. Buoy underneath. Coming through turn 4, down the front stretch.
Tell you what, a little farther back in the field, Matthew Fleming and Andrew Phipps. Now we're going 3 wide. Jonathan Wright, Andrew Phipps, and Nick Biddy, all 3 wide.
What is going on here?
What's going to happen? This is bad news bears right here.
That's not going to work. Okay, good job.
Okay.
I mean,
oh man,
this is not the track. This is not the track.
It ain't it. I'll tell you that.
This ain't it. Don't do that.
I mean, we're still at 10 laps to go.
I think NASCAR needs to come back to the oval.
NASCAR?
I meant the IRL boys.
Uh-oh, Andrew Phipps is getting to the side of the 62.
Whoa, I saw it.
Saved it. Oh,
An
man.
insurance car gonna need insurance.
I'll tell you what, we're not even halfway through the race, boys, and we are. I mean, we're getting tight.
Seeing a great one. This is fun. I didn't expect this out of Indy. But Indy never lets us
sir.
down.
Nick
There's
Silver
a
right now
reason.
diving into turn 2. Getting around Joseph.
Doing
Can he
a
make it
great
stick?
job. Oh, yeah. He's got that.
There he is. He's going to try and track down his buddy Brandon 6. Nick Lights.
There's
Had
a
great
reason
run
this,
actually out of turn 2.
this track is so iconic in real life. It never lets you down. It always puts on a great show.
Nope.
Woo!
Lights also gets around Joseph Mealy.
Yeah. Light saying, hey, get over here. Well, 6 is just out in cruise control mode.
Man.
He is 2 seconds ahead of Silver. We see Dixon coming out of pits, trying to fix his car.
A little further back, Matt Smith and Kevin Bullock side by side out of 2. They got real tight there for a second.
Side by side, coming down the backstretch. Can Smith get it? Ooh, Bullock keeping him honest, staying to his outside.
Uncle Berger might take it 3 wide. No, he stays safe. Stays behind Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Smith comes high, he comes high. Oh, good Jolly Ranchers. As my kids would say.
I'm a little in awe right now of what we're seeing.
Honestly, I think you said it, man. Like, I didn't expect this out of Indianapolis. This is not a track where it's easy to pass, but these guys are making it work.
They are doing a great job.
And back on track right now. Mitch Larson back in P12.
Who?
What?
Josh Larson?
Mitch Larson.
Diamond? Mitch Diamond?
What's his name?
Josh Larson.
Who am I? Where are we?
All right, back in Indy.
Who are you people?
Did we mention the local brewing company? He gave us some brew.
Oh, man.
Wow, look at this fight with Matt Smith. Oh, my gosh.
Take a look. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, what just happened?
What?
I feel like we need to go to a black screen. Oh, my gosh. Whoa.
I have never seen anything like that.
That was hard to watch and it was fake. Whoa, my gosh.
Oh, my.
What? Well, he held his brakes.
We're going to have to start a GoFundMe.
He held his brakes. Oh, my gosh. That is wild.
I mean, held his brakes. He went from 200 to 0.
Like that. I mean, so fast.
I have never seen that. I'll tell you what. I can't believe nobody else got involved in that. Like, hit him. Oh.
This dude just hit a wall.
That's tough, man. Let's take a look on board in the gyro cam. Luke Doberman kind of comes down, it looks like a little bit. Can't really quite tell from this angle, but then just shoots Matt Fleming.
Golly.
Wall barrier.
I mean, what a wild ride.
Oof. Well, I'm not going to buff that out.
Gosh. Is it too soon? Steve, what do you think? Should we talk to old Fleming?
Oh.
Or is it too soon?
Mean, it might be a little too soon, but I'll tell you what, I am curious to see how that ride went. This isn't Six Flags, but I'll tell you what, a ride like that. Oh, man.
Wow. So that car's ain't going to be put in the hauler. You kind of take the parts and throw them in the trash can.
Yeah.
Man. I guess, okay, so he's definitely trying to stay out of pit lane. Which, I don't know. If at that point, I think I'm just going in. Ooh, we see a lot of people faking out right there. I think I just fly right through pit lane at 100 and... Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Man, oh man. Yipes. All right, so this has been the Steel City Racing 200. We're on lap 40, y'all. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with the restart.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. It's myself, Reese Kelva, Steve Tucker beside me, and on the radio, we got Matthew Fleming from the Care Center. Matthew, or I'm sorry, Steve, I'll let you take this one.
I'll tell you what, Matthew Fleming, I mean, what do you say? First of all, I guess, how you feeling? And second of all, have you ever experienced that kind of, I don't know, wreck, I guess, in this before? How do you feel?
Well, good news is I still have my arms and my legs. Got some severe whiplash, but that was weird. That was crazy. Didn't know I was going to see a wall come straight right in front of me.
I think you hit the wall so hard that we saw beard nuts flying outside the car into the stands.
Lee. Hey, you gave that damage model a run for its money, baby.
Yep. Unfortunately, I did.
God.
I've seen the 01. He got my corner and my front, and I tried missing the wall. I tried hitting the brake. There was just no stopping. It was just there. Boom.
Well, we're seeing lights out on the back stretch. Matthew, anybody you'd like to thank tonight? Just real quick before you go look at that car again.
Well, I want to give a shout out to old beer nuts. Unfortunately, we got our nuts flown all over the place, but man, kind of disappointing here. But we'll go root on the rest of our teammates here at PHM, and yeah, hopefully one of these guys can pull it off.
All right, buddy. Matthew Fleming, everybody, in the Airborne 88. Holy smokes, as we are about to come down the front stretch and the pace car's off. Steve Tucker, we're going to do it again, baby. That's 3 cautions now. 3 cautions as Brandon 6 is going to send us into turn 1. Here we go. Okay, this time without any cars going 20 feet up in the air, if we could.
Oh man, Brandon 6 gets a great jump here on the inside. His teammate Nick Silver on the outside, not going to clear him. Really good restart for everybody in here, but too wide. Nick Light still side by side with Brandon Bowie here, out of turn 2, excuse me. Going to get a good run.
Doing a great job.
Ooh, they're fanning out. They're fanning out.
Oh, little block. Now, does it work to fan out like that? I mean, we're not indie, but they are doing a lot of indie things.
Well, I mean, if anything, it'll stop the draft from the car behind.
Okay.
So, or it'll block a run. But really, besides that, it's not going to do a whole lot. Nick Light's actually now falling back a little bit. Brendan Bowie gets past him. Joseph Mealy on the outside gets around him.
Whoa, Millie just got slingshotted. I don't know how. Holy moly. It is so much fun watching them on the front and back stretch. Wow.
Oof. Just two, Dunkelberger. Dunkelberger
Oh,
Ooh, that was close. Jeff Tetro's going to dive real
look
low.
at Tetro, 3 wide on the backstretch here in Indianapolis. Whoa. He said, I'm going to make lap 43 one to remember, baby. Here I go.
Man.
What a great job. I love watching this. Indy's so different from all the other tracks.
So we are coming with 1 to go here in stage 2. Brandon 6 leading, but Nick Silver right behind him.
All right, let's watch this battle.
Stage 2 victory.
Watching this battle up front. Brandon 6 going to bring him into turn 1. Can
Silver's
Bowie
looking so
change anything? I'm sorry, can Silver change anything up behind him to catch him? It's going to be
gonna get a
right
good
here on
run
the
right here.
backstretch if he's got anything. Can he get the run? Look at
trying to break
6
the
trying to
back.
shake him. Bob and weave.
He is catching.
He is closing that gap. Nick Silver doing a great job. Silver doing an excellent job. Holy moly.
not
And
gonna
your
be enough.
man in P1 coming from 24th to 1st here for the stage 2 win. Brandon 6 in the 66. I almost said machine.
The yellow flag is out.
Great job by Brandon 6 here in stage 2. A dominant performance. Man, I didn't see that going any other way though, Steve. What about you?
Oh, that was insane. I mean, top 10 right here. I mean, Brandon 6 obviously looking really fast, but I mean, that was pretty dominant. But his teammates do look pretty good. Got to say, I mean, right now, top 10, Brandon 6, Nick Silver, Brandon Bowie, Nick Lights, Joseph Mealy, Ryan Dunkelberger, Kevin Bullock, Jeff Tetro, Mitch Diamonds, and Matt Smith round out your top 10 for stage 2.
Wow. So wonderful stage 2 right here. We saw a annihilation of the 88 Beer Nuts car. But beyond that, kind of a smooth stage 2. So with that, these cars are going to cycle around as they're pacing. They're going to go get to pits. While they do that, we're going to hear from a word from our sponsors.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. Myself, Reese Kelva, Steve Tucker right here beside me. It's AJ Capola in the booth back here behind us. I have to bring him up. I have to mention him. I didn't tell him I was going to do this. I'm kind of off the cuff here. He is producing this tonight, and he's doing a hell of a job tonight, Steve.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, AJ's been just a stronghold for us. Just a firm foundation, man. I'll tell you what, for a long time now, and I'll tell you what, he's just killing it. Just one of our guys, and just happy to have him.
And y'all, he is in our ear. When I tell you these commentators on all these big broadcast companies, what they go through, this is insane. We've got him talking to us every lap, Steve. And I'm taking on information, baby. Man, so they're all coming out of pits right now, Steve. Anything you'd like to touch on right now?
Well, I think here's the thing. It's going to be interesting, right? Right now we are going to be about 30 laps to go ish. And so these guys are going to have to pit again, absolutely, for tires and for fuel. So I think strategy might come into play here a little bit. Not necessarily on fuel, but I think we're going to see some guys who try and, maybe stretch the tires out as long as they can. Maybe go for a splash and go, whatever. But typically in these long races, we start seeing cautions, and cautions breed cautions. So these guys are going to get racier and racier. We'll see how it goes, man.
All right. 6 had a commanding lead in stage 2. Do we think he can keep it up to the end of the race?
I think so. I mean, right now I see everybody in this top 5 being fast enough to win. Silvers has shown speed. Nick Lights has shown speed. Joseph Mealy, in that 12 car again, subbing in for Frankie, looking really strong too. So tough to say, obviously what'll happen, but right now he's the highest powerhouse car in the field and has been. So we're going to see how he does and how he finishes off.
Okay, so we're talking about the 12 car right now. We saw him he got comfy in the 5th position in that last stage. I don't know if he's playing it safe because that wasn't the 12 car we saw in stage 1. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be okay with 5th or if he's going to charge to the front. And here's who I think is going to win this one. I think it's Bowie or Lights. I think Bowie and Lights I think they're sandbagging. I think they're sandbagging, and I think they're going to come back up, sneak up on Silver in 6. They're going to take this one home. One of the two.
I like the call for sure. I'll tell you what, Nick Lights, he's been a guy who's been fast week in and week out. Definitely capable of winning these races, but either has some unfortunate issues or maybe just some strategy calls that don't go his way. But so far, it's had a clean race, and I'll tell you what, he's flying. So, I don't know.
Definitely.
Take it away, Reese.
He's definitely on the move. On the move. Somebody we saw fall back, Matt Smith in the 35. He fell back quite a bit right there through that pit cycle.
He did, yeah.
Don't know what happened there. Huh. But I do believe Lights are out on the pace car. We are about to send it one more time here at Indianapolis. And I keep saying one more time because at some point it's going to be the last one. So that pace car going to rip it off the track. Brandon Six going to bring us to the green flag here at Indianapolis for the final stage of the Steel City 200.
Green flag.
Here we go, baby.
Ooh, one car here on the inside gets a terrible restart.
Yeah, there's a gap.
These guys are 3 wide, going to turn 1. Big wreck.
Oh, that's going to cause some damage.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, no. Yellow flag is out on lap 49 here at the Steel City Racing 200. That's not going to be good.
No, sir.
Titro's car doesn't look that bad. Oop. Never mind. I'm hearing the right wheel was gone on that car. Oh. Let's rewind that back just a little further.
Yeah, so right now we're looking at Charles Bounce. Has a pretty bad restart here. Dunkelberg slips him on the inside, going 3 wide. Thought he had the room.
We've been saying it though, right? You can't do 3-4 wide at Indy.
Yeah,
you can't do it. Those two made a whole nother line down there. And it's not there. I mean, when you're set up like that and you're the 26, you gotta lift. You gotta lift, right?
You do. Yeah, you do.
Fight the battle on another lap, not on lap 1 of a restart.
It's tough. I mean, especially when you're Dunkelberger, right? Like you're faster than the 41 car, so it's tough. I mean, like you want to try and pounce on the restarts, right? It makes the most sense, but at the same time, you can't do it to the detriment of causing a wreck.
Yeah.
Kind of creating your own lane, you know. So.
Right. If I'm his teammates, I'm his crew chief. I'm telling him, hey, listen, you're fast. Let's let these guys fan out just a little bit, and then let's go.
Yeah.
Right. Right now, while we're packed up, 16 cars tight. That's not the spot to be overzealous, right? Impatient.
Right. Let's take a look at Brian Dixon's in-car camera, actually, of this incident. We're gonna watch it all happen here.
Brakes. Oh.
Smoke right in front.
Low. High.
Ooh.
Wow. You know, from what I saw from that, not a lot of cars took a bunch of damage. It's just a bunch of sliding around, it looked like.
I mean, Jeff Teacher got the worst of it.
He took a whooping
on the outside, but
he definitely took a whooping. If we can go look at the Jeff Tetro, that's him in that yellow and green City Chevrolet car up there on the High Line. Let's take a look and see how this goes for old Tetro. Little boink. Yep. Just a sitting duck on the High Line. Oh, poor Tetro. Dadgummit. He was doing so good tonight here, Steve. Showing good numbers in practice. He was fast. Hate to see that for him. I really do. Yuck. I'm hearing David also has a destroyed car. That's not going to be good. How many do we have in the pit for this wreck?
I mean, right now I'm looking at Jeff Teacher. I'm looking at Ryan Dunkelberger in the pits. Anthony Williams, Charles Balance, Joe David. A lot of guys in the pits right now getting damage repaired.
Yuck. All right, so we're under caution. We're going to take another quick word from our sponsors. Just real quick, we'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The lights are out on the pace car. Steve, holy moly, baby. What's our top 10 looking like right now?
Oof, right now we're looking at Brandon 6 P1, Nick Silver, Nick Lights, Brandon Bowie, Joseph Mealy, Mitch Diamond in P6, Thomas Meeks, Jonathan Wright, Mike Corvo in P9, and then Andrew Phipps in P10. I'll tell you what, it's starting to heat up. We have 28 laps to go, and it's getting spicy.
So, top 10 kind of looking how it has all night long, except for one person. Take a look at that cat in the number 8 spot. Oh, Mike Corvo working his way up in there in the 22 machine.
Looking good, too.
See if he can hang on to this top 10. All right, coming through turn 4. We're going to do this one more time. I've been saying it all night long. Listen, that was my 4th caution. Okay, so whoever had the high, you might be in on something.
I said 7 or 8, so we're going to see how this goes.
All right, 7 or 8 from Steve as the pace car's going to take an abrupt left. 6 is going to bring us to another green flag here at the Steel City Racing 200.
Green flag.
And we're off. Here we go, baby. This time, hopefully, a little bit smoother. Let's have patience.
They're pretty even. Brendan Bowie. Brendan Bowie.
Bowie said, hey, here I come, baby.
Nice and tight into turn 2. Hey, listen, as they're coming out of turn 2, let's turn it over to a crank it up and see this action nice and loud. Alrighty, here we go. Steel City 200. Back from our Crank It Up. Awesome segment we have there for these cars and these boys. Nick Silver currently in P1 ahead of his teammate Brandon 6. A lot of guys up here in the top 5 right now. Reese, I'll tell you what, it's kind of hard for me to kind of figure out who the fastest car is right now. All these guys I feel like can win. What do you think?
Brandon Bowie's fast. Brandon Bowie is fast. Do not count out Lights and Bowie. Do not count them out. I know Silver and 6 are getting it done here lately, but do not count these other 2 out. And also Meal. I know he's blowing all of our minds coming up from the Truck Series. I don't know if he's got enough to get the win. I hope he does, but do not count out 3rd and 4th.
I'll tell you what, you know who's blowing my mind right now is Thomas Meeks in the 55 car in P6.
P6 for old Thomas Meeks.
Looking so good right now.
Oh,
in between a couple of American Badass Racing boys. But I'll tell you what, Meeks is looking good. P6 always has bad luck in these races lately, but has pulled together some top 10s recently and trying to make his mark into the playoffs.
great job on Meeks all the way around. Oh, Bullet gonna make a pass down low.
Strong move right there.
Can he get it? Oh yeah, he gone.
Andrew Phipps gonna follow suit.
I thought Phipps was gonna come with him. He's got the bumper.
Oh no!
Oh, why do I see this playing out again?
That was so close.
Oh, I had deja vu there for a second.
He gave him the whole "How you doing?" right there.
How you doing? Well, how you doing? Now they're gonna fight out of turn 2 down the back stretch. Whoop. Okay, so are these guys. Oh, I'm hearing the 82 car, Steve.
Man,
in the wall coming out of 1.
Steel City team owner. Having some trouble right here. Currently in 14th. Trying to pull together a top 10.
Everybody, the league in general, everybody doing a great job out here tonight. Can't say enough. I'm looking at the 12 car coming right here down the front stretch. He's got to run on Lights. Oh, Lights is going to block him though. Holy.
Unbelievable for Lights right here. Kind of comes up a little bit into Bowie.
Yay.
Saves it. Lights is going to get Mealy, is going to get a pretty good run here off of 2, I believe. Let's see it. These guys have been fighting all day. Got loose at a turn 2.
You know, we're seeing Lights battle everybody around him. I love it, right? Keep them on their toes. Keep them guessing.
Oh, yeah.
I want them thinking about me behind them rather than what they're doing. Because then I can throw them off their game. Any slight edge I can get, I want it.
Oh, for sure. I'll tell you what. Here's something I didn't think of right now. Nick Silver right now, currently in P1. Let's not forget that this man, really, really fast guy, prestige team. And Las Vegas was kind of a heartbreak for him. He ran out of gas at the last like 200 feet or Michigan, excuse me. And did a really good job of coming in second, even though he ran out of gas. Brandon 6 won that race, but Nick Silver in P1. Does Brandon 6 say, yeah, you know what? I've won enough. I'll give my teammate a win. What do you think?
I'll tell you what they need to be saying. They need to be saying, we still have 22 laps to go. We need to be looking at our fuel gauge.
Exactly.
Because these boys up here, I'm looking at lap times. These boys are hauling, you know what? They are not saving. Speaking of not saving, look at this back here. We're making moves in the middle of the pack. I love watching them come flying out of 4.
Kevin Bullock right here in P9 trying to get around Andrew Phipps.
Look at this little 4-pack.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
This 4-pack. Steve, what can
earlier,
they?
But pack racing, crazy.
Steve, what can the 4-pack do to move forward? I mean, can you do the Daytona where you just line up and push?
Well, you should be. I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, drafts doesn't work, the same way here like at Daytona or Talladega, right? But it is faster. You can line up and almost, kind of stay within that bubble and make the guys around you faster. So these guys, it's more about, apexes and raw speed versus drafting, but you're not gonna catch people by going too wide. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's what? It's how much fuel you take in pits, I guess, right? Who takes more than the other, who takes less than the other, and gains a spot in pits. Because we're 20 to go here, baby, at Indianapolis.
16 cars right now on the lead lap currently. A lot of guys having issues today, but it's funny how we mentioned earlier that Indianapolis is typically a place that's hard for passing. It's not really one of those tracks that, has a multi-groove or whatnot. But I'll tell you what, top 5 right now is currently under a second, under a blanket right now. These guys are separating from the pack, and I'll tell you what, one of these guys are going to pull this thing off. Reese, what do you think?
I still don't think we count out Bowie and Lights. But I say that now I'm starting to get on the mill train. I'm starting to get there because now, I was just talking about fuel, and now all I can think about is who is going to be best coming out of pits. We know Silver, Six, Bowie have a heap of knowledge when it comes to iRacing, right? So they're really going to know how to dive into that pit lane as fast as, look at that. Boy, they are on each other. Sorry, that caught me by surprise. So I expect those top 3 to have an excellent pit. Mill needs to be on his game. Lights needs to reel in his IRL experience and have a really good pit right here to stay with him.
Absolutely. I mean, Brandon Bowie right now, he's kind of just in that third place. Hasn't really been able to catch up, or he's not really falling back either. But Silver's kind of holding down the fort right here. Not sure if Six is just trying to stay in his draft and save some gas, but either way, Silver's leading this race.
Yeah, one thing for everybody to remember, these front 3 cars are talking to each other. We do have the benefit here in iRacing to talk to each other in a Discord manner. So these 3 in each other's ears, they're talking strategy, they're talking about what they're doing lap to lap. So they know exactly what's going on between the 3 of them.
Exactly.
And that is a hell of an advantage getting around Indianapolis. I'm seeing Lights and Mill, they're getting a gap. They're getting gapped. I don't like that.
Tires are coming into play for sure at this point, but again, we have to still pit for fuel and for tires. That's going to be huge. But the question is, does a caution come out and neutralize everybody? Or do we have some green flag racing and pit stops that really, really change it up? So we will see, but right now.
And I want to see if we can get our producer to can we go inside the 12 car real quick? Whoa, as we see him that's exactly what I'm talking about. Boy, he just slid out of 2. So I want to watch this car here for the next 2 turns, and then I want to go watch Silver. Because I'm seeing the 12 car fall back a little more and a little more, but not too much. Watch this as he comes out of 3. I mean, he's on the saw, baby. And now coming into 4. Coming out of 4. Woo! Uh-oh. 2 pitting right there, Steve.
Bowie and Lights coming down pit road.
That's a strategy. And now let's watch the wheel here, right? We're going to see how tight, how loose they are. Kind of crazy to see Bowie drive in and not take his 2 teammates with him.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, teammates are changing their strategies. I'm not sticking to the same strat. That's interesting. But Nick Lights right now following Bowie. Right now taking 2 tires, 4 tires.
Huh. So I would think we expect to see them come in right here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, right now, these guys on fresh tires, they're going to be flying around this track and gaining speed.
Mill looked like Ken Block coming out of 3. Holy moly. Mill's going to keep going. Was that a good call? Is it going to bite him in the rear end? We're going to find out.
6 and Silver are now in teammates. Green flag pit stops.
I love green flag pit stops. Love them.
I think Mealy's going to try the strategy to stay out as long as he can, right? Hope a caution comes out and then trap these guys a lap down.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Hey, you weren't even supposed to be here tonight. You're down in the truck series, baby. You get the call up to fill in for Frankie Barroso. You are having a hell of a time out here at Indianapolis.
Absolutely.
Lead a few laps.
35 cars now coming down pit road as well. A couple more guys.
Yeah. So the 12 car going to lead a few more laps here. Show, hey, boys, I deserve to be here next season. He's definitely coming in the pits.
Joseph coming in now. 12 car.
Now, what's Phipps and everybody going to do behind them? They're diving in. Everybody diving in behind the 12 car. They're going to have a fast pit right here. Let's take a look and see where Lights and Bowie and 6 are at the moment. I think it's Lights and Silver we really want to be looking at. They're on the back stretch. Ooh, those boys in pits better go, 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 go.
So now one thing to keep in mind, this pit road is actually pretty easy to get onto, but I'll tell you what, speeding, it will absolutely kill you. It's easy to get onto, but the commitment cone comes really quick. But tires right now we're going to be about 13 laps to go, 12 laps to go here. Tires are going to feel really, really good these next our last 12 laps if you change them right now. So that's going to be interesting.
Just coming around Millie. Mill did take tires. He took all 4 tires.
So he's thinking maybe a caution
just
comes
take
out.
rights. Is that what he's thinking? That's
I'm
the
a
strategy
driver
you're saying?
in this position? I think so. If a caution comes out, he's going to be in the best position for sure.
Okay. All right. Love it.
I think so.
Well, Steve Tucker, a wealth of knowledge. Our team, PHM, we lean on him heavily.
Oof.
Just a wealth of knowledge.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I'm noticing before those pit stops, Brandon 6 was right behind Nick Silver, basically bump drafting him the entire way around this track. And right now they've got about a second gap a second and a half gap. So Silver gained a little bit right there and 6 kind of tailed off. So are we going to see Silver's first win in the Wheels of America Cup Series? We'll see.
I think so. I think maybe we're taking everything I was talking about and we're throwing it right out the door. Man, Silver catching quick. Bowie catching Doberman quick. Here's Doberman in the pit lane. That's going to cycle everybody back through. It should stand Bowie, Lights, Silver, 6, Diamond, Millie, Phipps, Wright, and Pasoko. And then, am I reading? No, I'm not reading that. All right, so Larson is back out on the track, 5 laps down.
He is.
Hey, we're 3 wide on the front stretch.
Woo.
They are flying down the front stretch.
Oh, my word. Joseph Mealy making a move around Mitch Diamond right there for I believe P6.
P6,
Catching it
okay.
pretty quick, yeah.
And I believe Diamond's already come into pit. I believe he's coming to pits.
Yeah, right now we're seeing all these guys. Yeah, for sure. Right now we're seeing all these guys wrapping up their pit stops. I'll tell you what. I mean, right now we're almost 10 laps to go. This thing is winding down pretty quick, but one caution changes this whole game. I think at that point, right? I mean, right now everybody can make it on fuel, but if a caution comes out, did somebody save a set of tires? You know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. Bowie right now trying to work his way around lap traffic. Anthony Williams and Michael Lamphere.
Oh, Light's gonna get stuck with it.
Light's gonna get. Oh, he's gonna go inside.
There we go. Lights to the inside.
Does a great job right there getting around those guys.
Look at us. We got all worked up, and he's on a Sunday cruise.
Brandon Bowie currently in P1. Nick Lights in P2. I don't know if these guys have actually pit yet. They did. Excuse me. They did. They were the first ones to come on down.
Yeah, they were the first ones.
Mm-hmm. And then right now we're seeing Nick Silver and Brandon 6 behind them. So this was a huge strategy for Brandon Bowie and Nick Lights to pit early. That 2 laps made them a lot faster.
Brandon 6, you're seeing him right there on your screen coming down the front stretch. He is moving right now. That man, fastest car on the track last lap. Look at him all up in the rear end of that Nick Silver. A whole second faster than the top 3, Steve. Half a second. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. One word that we don't always talk about in this kind of racing, but it's the undercut, right? Undercut meaning that you come in early for pit lane, get those fresh tires, and then while everybody else has those slow old tires, you're making fast laps. And right now we're seeing that result here of Brandon Bowie and Nick Lights out in front. Just that 1 lap, 2 lap advantage has got them out in front of these guys quite a bit.
So if you're in 5th, right? I'm seeing Millie in 5th, 9 seconds. He's 7 seconds back from 4th. I think you're kind of stuck there. What do you think? 9 laps to go? I think you kind of laid your bed.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, if you're outside the top 5, I mean, kind of, a couple seconds back, you're hoping for a caution, right? I mean, a caution right now will change everything, especially for those guys. I think green flag pit stops came into play, but you're right. I mean, where you are is pretty much where you are. That's where you're going to be. But the second pack, Silver and 6, they're catching up. 6 is racing Silver like, I'll tell you what, he's getting right on his back bumper. Trying not to take his teammate out.
He's going to make the pass. If I know 6, we saw it in New Hampshire. He does not like to be behind anybody. All right, let's go take a top side view of 6. Oh, I'm sorry, inside view.
Let's see how he handles him.
He's smooth. He's so smooth on that steering wheel. Man.
Right now, the whole rest of the field, as we kind of just glance over there real quick on my side screen here, a lot of guys just kind of fanned out. Kind of back to your point, not a lot of action going on everywhere else on the track. It's pretty much a single file. Not a whole lot going on except up front here. Lights is definitely falling back here in P2.
Used them up.
Bit. Definitely used them up.
I think he burned them up.
Right now, that second car pack, they're not really fast enough to catch these guys in the next 6 laps.
No, not at all. I think everybody's kind of made their bed for the race.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh,
ooh.
Lights right there off the wall coming into 2.
He kissed
That's
it.
going to slow him down. A little schmanooch. A little, how you doing? Look at him. Look at him. Grabbing. Who is that just came out of pits? Lemfear? Light's going to try and suck him in. He says, hey, I'll take that.
Uh-oh.
I'll put a pawn in front of me. That could help Lights a little bit. Get back up to speed.
A little bit. We're coming to 5 to go. Already.
Yeah, Lights definitely falling off pace just a little bit. A little more every lap. Bowie just dominant at the moment. And then it's 11 seconds back to 6th place. It's 18 seconds back to 10th place. Meek's back here in 10th saying, heck yeah, baby, I'm in 10th.
Oh, yeah.
But that is
18
seconds back.
These green flags changed everything, man. Those yellows, they'll do a lot, but green flag really tells you how these guys do on old tires. Right now, top 5 looking pretty strong, but rest of the top 10, Mitch Diamond in P6 has a strong run today. Haven't really talked much about him, but just really consistent, been in and around that 5th and 6th position. Looking really strong right there. P7, Andrew Phipps. Trying to catch Mitch Diamond, but not quite getting there. Jonathan Wright, haven't talked much about him either. Another ABR guy, but looking strong. Also a guy looking to get into the playoffs too, with 3 races left to go.
And right behind him.
Pasoko.
Yeah, the old Pasoko machine. Getting it done out here today. Sitting in the 9th spot. He's got him a top 10 at the moment. Out of Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
What?
I can't say that. Thomas Meeks out of San Antonio in the PK Transportation 55 Chevrolet Camaro. Gonna try and bring him home a top 10 tonight.
As somebody from Massachusetts, I don't know what to say.
Massachusetts. Yes.
Oof. Silver right now and Brandon 6. They're catching up pretty hard. We got 4 laps to go. Reese already.
4 laps to go.
Flying by.
And to me, everybody's already laid their bed.
Oh,
I'm scanning the track. I don't see anybody who could grab anybody.
No, this is right now
it's smooth.
A caution would absolutely just upheave
wreck everything. Six, I guess, right? 6 could catch silver. They're definitely catching lights. Lights just, I think he burnt them up.
Oh, for sure. He was trying to catch Bowie. Bowie's looking real strong right now. Early in the race, Bowie wasn't super dominant, but was definitely fast enough to be with these boys. But trying to hold on for a second win. One back at Coda, the road course, and then trying to win here.
And everybody watching tonight, y'all be sure, guys, Nick Lights right there in that 4 car. Be sure to check him out in the Camping World Series Truck Series.
Ooh, Nick Lights gets loose. Let Silver get around him.
We always want to help all of our fellow drivers out there in the real world. Golly, 6. Gonna go around him. Slingshot engaged. What's that called in Formula One? DRS?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like on the backstretch here at Indy.
Ooh, Silver gets loose. Uh-oh.
Yikes!
6 got loose there. That's got in the wall just a bit. These guys are going to try and battle it out. Light's not going to give it up. We're 2 to go.
No, he's not. He's getting a little fighty right here. I like it. Hang on to everything you got, baby.
Steel City Racing 200. We are 2 to go. Brandon Bowie right now out front, dominantly looking real strong. Nick Silver trying to make a run here. Nick Lights on the inside, turn 2 of Brandon 6.
2 laps to go. Here at Indianapolis, Nick Lights trying to make a move, fighting to stay on podium. Can we get there? He's got it coming into 3. Can he keep it? Coming out of 3 over to 4.
It up early, nice.
6 gonna have a nice line though coming here into 4. I don't think he's got enough. As our leader's coming to grab the white flag. These 2 still battling it out.
Oh, Nick Silver's catching him so quick, but he's just not gonna have enough time.
Yep, not gonna have enough time. Brandon Bowie in a great dominant effort here in this last stage. Gonna send it around one more time. Keep it smooth, baby. Bowie and Silver, we're hearing even lap times on the last lap.
Doesn't matter right now. This is it. Last lap here in the Steel City Racing 200.
Look at these 2 dogfighting in the back. He's gonna run him down to the grass. Oh, this is great. I mean, I'd love to highlight Bowie right now, but he's in. He's got P1 right here. A fight for the last spot on the podium. Is it going to be Lights? Is it going to be Brandon 6? They come through turn 4, coming to the front stretch. They're side by side.
Drag race. Oh,
the drag race down the front. It's Brandon 6 with the podium finish tonight. Lights giving it everything he got. Brandon Bowie doing a great job tonight, winning the Steel City 200. Great job by everybody. Let's rewatch this. I mean, good grief.
I'll tell you what. It felt like that was the end of the race. The win right there. That was a great finish by them. But Brandon Bowie gets it done for a second win.
Man alive. Great job by everybody here tonight. So, Brandon Bowie finishing P1, P2, Silver, P3, Brandon 6, P4, Nick Lights, P5, Joseph Milley, P6, Phipps, P7, Mitch Diamond, P8, Mr. Wright, P9, Pasoko, and rounding out your top 10, Mr. Meeks got him a top 10 finish. We will be right back here at Indianapolis to talk to our winner right after a word from our sponsors.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back at the Steel City Racing 200 here in Indianapolis. Brandon Bowie putting on a show, getting it done here tonight. And I'm just going to talk to all three of them, okay? We got all three Prestige boys up in here. 6 putting on a damn good show right there on the last lap. Brandon Bowie, winner of the Indianapolis Steel City Racing 200. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Glad I'm able to finally start catching 6 in the win column.
Man, walk us through that last stage. It looked like it was kind of yours to lose.
Yeah. Man, let's. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Lights. Sorry, Lights. Man, he made me stay honest because when I saw him, I said, all right, I got to undercut my guys. So I undercut them, and then I see him like right behind me. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pull away from him. And we go ahead and we pit, come out, and I was like, okay, I got a better exit out of pit road better than him. And then he kind of starts to reel me back in, I think to the 0.5, 0.6, something like that. And I was like, man, like I am literally over here sweating, trying not to mess up because I'm famous for doing it. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he ended up burning stuff. I know he was shifting. And I knew that was in my opinion, that was the wrong call. Like shifting was just a no-go for me. So, he started, like I said, he started to catch up, and then next thing you know, like he started to fall back. I'm like, okay, all right, I could breathe a little bit, but I need to hit my marks. Got a couple lap cars. They kind of helped me out a little bit too. Got some draft, and they kind of messed him up maybe 2 tenths or 3 tenths in one corner. But he kind of just stayed even, and then he just slowly but surely started to drop. And then I see Nick and 6 coming. I'm like, okay, how many more laps have to go? And the next thing you know, like it's a battle between me and Nick. I'm like, man, if I have to push this any harder, I'm gonna spin it. So thankfully, it was only 2-3 laps to go at that point. So I was just like, all right, if I just hit my marks, I'm good. And everything worked out.
Awesome. Steve, anything for him?
Yeah, just congratulations, man. Number 2, second win of the season. Coda obviously was your first win.
Yep.
Already locked into the playoffs. But just a great run by all 3 of you guys. But real quick, just talk us through your the foundation on 2 of your cars here. A couple guys have been curious about it, and obviously your paint schemes look a little different. So just want to share it and tell us about it.
Appreciate that. Yeah, the Mamacita Sports Foundation. Basically, it was renamed from the Kobe Bryant Foundation. And I, kind of growing up, I wasn't really big into basketball. My father was really, really big into Michael Jordan. And then Michael Jordan, of course, was
the king.
Him and right, exactly. And they had him and Kobe were kind of battling, and I kind of took a liking into everything that Kobe did on the court and off the court. And I thought, oh, that was cool. So, I decided to run it because his birthday just passed, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So I was like, you know what? I think that would be a great thing to do. So, I'm gonna run them for the rest of the season. 6 will as well, and just to pay tribute to the man. I mean, the foundation as a whole is great as well. I mean, they give back to the kids, and especially for kids that don't have, they start from nothing. So
for sure.
It's just a great organization that, number one, just gives back. So we like to, as a team, we like to help organizations that especially do stuff for the kids.
Awesome. Bowie, before we get you out of here tonight, anybody you'd like to thank?
So of course, I talked about the Mamacita Sports Foundation. So if you guys don't know, please go look them up. If you can, get to their organization as well. Like I said, they give back to the kids. a great organization. Definitely got to thank Digital Motorsports, Battle Beaver, Boosted, Life of a Sim Racer, Elwood Designs, Tomorrow Racing Network, Prestige, my guys, and also my main team, Keeping It Real. Yeah, I gotta thank you guys for putting on the broadcast as always. Thanks Steve for having this league and my family. That's pretty much it.
All right, coming out here tonight, P1, Mr. Brandon Bowie. All right, Silver 6, let's get down to it, okay? Did he tell y'all he was going to pit?
Hell no.
P2 tonight, number 99, Nick Silver. Man, walk us through that last stage. Let's talk about the pit strategies. Do y'all talk as a team?
Yeah, the first couple stages we work together. Even on the third stage, we kind of give each other, a little idea of what we're shooting for. But, if we're all doing the same thing, you got to do something different to try to come out on top. So we all knew it was going to be, whoever pitted first right before everybody else was going to get that little bit of an edge. And me and Six were talking. As soon as we saw Bowie just quietly dip on the pit road, we're like, damn it. That was it.
Wow.
I was catching him a little bit, but no, he was out there and he was fast.
Steve?
I'll tell you what, looking good though. P2 for you, man. Putting together a strong season right now. You are the strongest driver in the points. Without a win still, obviously you've come close a few times, but how's your season feeling? I mean, obviously you could have broke through today, but tell us your thoughts about entering the playoffs here pretty soon.
I'm feeling good. I really can't complain, obviously, about how the season's going. Would like to get a few more playoff points. If I can't get that win, I want to get some stage wins or, something, because I don't want to be in the back once the playoffs start. But, we've been pretty close more than a few times this season, and one of these days I'll get into victory lane. And I know I keep saying one of these days, but one of these days it'll be that day. So
it's going to happen, baby.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of great tracks coming up, and anything can happen.
Nick Silver coming at P2 tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I got to thank all my boys at Keeping It Real. Got to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, great show. Steve for making this fantastic league and making it all possible.
All right, buddy. Coming in second, number 99, Nick Silver. He's going to go play with old Bowie. Next, though, before Six gets away from us, Six, you got to walk us through that last lap, baby, giving you a P3 finish here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I knew once I kind of messed up, and I think it was turn 1 there, got ultra tight with Nick's draft there and stuff. I kind of figured I might have thrown it away, getting third, and luckily got behind Nick and got him loose enough again where I was able to get underneath him on the backstretch there. And once I got to the side, then you're able to side draft him hard enough to pull him back. And I kind of held back a little bit coming off of 4 because I wanted to be just behind him to pull him back down the straightaway, because obviously if I got in front of him, he could have side drafted me and pulled me back. So I didn't want him to do that. But yeah, I was able to snooker him out there right at the line.
Steve?
I'll tell you what, keep in mind too, you three and Nick Lights, who you were battling so valiantly on the last lap, you guys all now qualify for the Dash for Cash next week at Chicagoland. How do you feel about Chicagoland as a track? And how do you think you guys are going to fare?
I think Billy and Nick will probably fare better than me. I'm decent at mile and a half on this car, I'm okay. But when it comes to those types of tracks, it's more Billy, Nick. I try to just either play strategy or try and take care of tires and beat them in like long run pace or something. Just change it up. So that's definitely not my strong suit. That and I haven't run there in quite a long time. So I'm actually curious to see what that track is like again.
Well, giving us one of the best finishes that we've seen all season. Brandon Six in the 66, getting it done for a P3 podium spot. Brandon, anybody you'd like to thank tonight before you get out of here?
Yep. The Mamacita Foundation. Of course, like Billy said, I'll be running this pretty much in all season long now. So just to support them. So go give them a look up. And then Steve for putting on the league, and you guys for the broadcast, keeping it real. Elwa Designs, and then Max Graphics that actually painted this beautiful scheme.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, y'all. He was finished P3rd. That was Brandon 6 in the 66. Whew. Steve, what do you think we bring AJ in also? Let's
do it.
Man, let's I don't know how do you say it. Let's unfold this whole race. What just happened here tonight? An exciting last lap finish. We saw one of the world's worst crashes that we've seen all year. What do you think?
Surprising, honestly. I mean, looking back at season 2, right? Indianapolis was one of our rough races. A lot of cautions, a lot of different incidents and stuff. Today was actually pretty clean. It was actually really, really good. Big field. Couple of wrecks, obviously, but based off of some accidents or getting loose or whatever. But those things are meant to happen, or not meant, but they can happen. But overall, I mean, these guys put on a show. Green flag racing was actually huge at the end of the second half of the race, so that's what we saw there. Surprising for sure, but we definitely got some good racing at the first half. A lot of close racing, and then the second half was really just about tire wear and tire consumption. Overall, AJ, how'd the race go from your end, man?
Dude, it looked fantastic. A lot different than what we normally see from Indianapolis, and you guys put on a show, and I'm talking to the drivers and everything. Just like Reese and Steve, you guys did a great job up in the booth. But I was thrilled throughout this whole race. I was never bored. I was always on like the edge of my seat trying to find the nearest battle and everything. And coming to the line, 6 and Leeds, I could have looked at that real fast. Was like, was that for the win? But good luck to Bowie, Silver, 6, and Lights for qualifying for the Dash for Cash. It's going to be a heck of a ride next week.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Where are we going next week? Say it one more time.
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland, a whole different animal from tonight. Steve, you want to walk us through Dash for the Cash real quick on what's happening next week?
Yeah, so today we did it back earlier in the season with Phoenix and at the newly repaved Atlanta. So today Indianapolis was basically a qualifier. So the top 4 guys who finished in this race, in this case it's Bowie, Silver, 6, and Lights. Those guys next week are going to be, it's a typical race, right? It's a typical, like normal race. But those 4 guys, whoever finishes ahead of the other 3 gets the cash prize for the Dash for Cash. So going to be a lot of fun, kind of a, a fun side story, and we'll be covering that. But obviously, hey, listen, guys, Chicagoland is the second to last race before the playoffs start, and we have Chicagoland and then infamous Darlington, our throwback weekend, to wrap this thing up and to see who gets in the playoffs. It's going to be nuts. What do you guys think?
I'm excited. I can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it. This has been an amazing night here at Indianapolis. Brandon Bowie bringing home the win. An exciting finish from Brandon 6 and Nick Lights tonight. For AJ, Steve, and myself, this has been the Steel City Racing 200. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Please remember, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We will see y'all next week at Chicagoland.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.